What's up? What's up? Hello orchid fans, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I've got my Aspydogyne argentea to repot. As you can see, it's kind of climbing out of the pot. It wants to push out the roots into the media, but it's got nowhere to go. So I'll get this repotted. I'm actually gonna use a bonsai media, which you can't see, but you will see soon. So yeah, let's jump in and let's see what we can do. Okay, so let's try and get this out. So this plant, doesn't like to dry out at all. Ideally, you would like to grow your jewel orchids in a very, very high humidity environment. Unfortunately, my room is not really that humid, so I have to compensate for it by providing it like really water intensive media. And as you can see, everything is just soaking in here. But it seems to really enjoying it because, as you can see, not much media is actually falling out because it's actually got all these roots and they are so hairy that they just, grab onto the media and doesn't let go. So as I'm starting to like shake off a bit of media, the roots start to kind of show themselves. But I won't do too much, I won't try and get all this media out, although there is a lot of bark in here, and I am gonna get it into inorganic media. I really would like to get as much bark as I can out of here, but at the same time I really don't want to damage the roots, and they seem to be doing so well. I think I'm just gonna keep it as is. But yeah, look at that. So it's got a pretty good root system already, and it's just grabbing onto this media so well. You can't even see it, there is a root, inside this media ball. But yeah, I'm happy it's actually doing so well. And you can see the roots are actually pretty long as well. So a lot of the times these plants are grown in kind of more shallow pots because they want to, lie down on the media and they just grow roots out. So for example, you can see how many stubs I've got here, if you can see it. So all along the stem you can see the roots are trying to grow, but because they don't have media underneath and the humidity is quite low, it's just, the plant is not pushing them out. So I don't really have any shallow pots. Plus, I don't know why, but I don't seem to be able to grow things well in shallow pots. I think maybe because the media just dries out too quickly. So I am gonna use a normal pot, just quite big, so that it can actually, so it has room to grow. But I crocked it quite a lot. So as you can see, I put a lot of leca in here. Basically half the pot is full of leca, and you can see I've got microfiber through, and there is microfiber at the bottom part as well, so you can wick the water. So let me just move this aside, and I'll just get the tag cleaned and I'll plug it in here. I actually quite enjoy, just putting the tags all the way to the bottom of the pot, so they don't actually even stick out at all, but I can still see the name through here, because it's a transparent pot. So I'm quite enjoying, doing that, so that the tags are not like sticking out all the way. And yeah, as I said, I'm gonna use akadama. So it's inorganic media, but it's basically for bonsai. As you can see, I had some akadama at the very top. I don't know if you can actually see, but there is a bit of brown in here. So I had akadama as a top layer, and that encouraged this root to actually come out and grow. So I think it is enjoying the akadama. So we'll give it more of that, and hopefully that will allow for this plant to grow even better roots. So I'm just trying to position it in a way that this stem that is coming out is actually in the middle of the pot, and it can kind of, you know, just lay down and try and grow some roots. So I think that should be okay. So I'll start pouring some of this media in there, and I've also got slow release fertilizer with me, so I think I'm gonna put some of that in here as well. Right, let's see how this goes. I know I'm gonna make a huge mess, but let's see. So I'm also gonna try and get this microfiber now through and inside the pot so it can actually hydrate the pot. I don't need obviously these strands at the ends, at the outside of the pot. I want it inside, like that. And I think this is now gonna be a good time to put some slow release fertilizer in there. So I'm just trying to push some media here on this end because I kind of pushed this plant to the side. I need to make sure I've got media at the edge of the pot as well, so that it doesn't, you know, these roots do not like to be just sitting in the air. They want contact with the media at all times so they can kind of continue growing and they can feel that humidity. So let me put some slow release fertilizer. This is Osmocote. So I don't think this is you know, specifically orchid fertilizer. It is just kind of houseplant fertilizer, if you like. So I'm not gonna put a lot of beads in here, but it should be enough. All right, let's keep going. So just to kind of give you a little bit more information on this Akadama, what I found is that this media is quite, it's very wicking, so it's, you know, it keeps some moisture in as well. I washed this basket, and you know, I washed this about a week ago, and you can see it's still not dry. When it dries out, it becomes, the color is quite light. Whereas you can see on the side, this is the damp media, so you can see straight away, you know, when it dries out. And it's also inorganic, so it shouldn't be breaking down. It's not like very kind of solid, you know, not like leca, for example. You can't really break it at all. If you are quite rough with this media, you can kind of squish it up, you know, and into like almost sandy kind of texture. So but once it's in the pot and once it's kind of settled in, it should be okay. So I think that's pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna do with it just now. I might need to add a little bit more media at some point, but for now I think I'm just gonna keep it like that. And yeah, see how it goes, see how it does, and we'll take it from there. So that should give it enough room to grow. I really hope that it will kind of swirl around the pot, so you can see it's now kind of, you know, it's got this whole side free. So I hope that this, when it kind of leans down, it hopefully will kind of go towards this side and round, because that would give it a lot of room to grow. And I hope that now, when I'm not using a shallow pot, it might actually not dry out as quickly. Sorry, I just saw a gap in there. I want to get it filled up. Yeah, so I hope it's not gonna get dry because it's not a shallow pot. Leca will keep some water as well. And you know, Akadama will wick it all the way up, so it should have plenty of humidity. So we'll see how it does. I hope it likes it. You can see the edges of the leaves are kind of yellowing, and I think that's because it's getting too much light. So I moved my Macoda spatola away as well from my shelves because it's just getting way too much light. And I might actually do the same with this one and see if it likes it more with kind of less light, because these are pretty low light plants. So that is pretty much it. That was a pretty quick repot, so for once, you know. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please leave your comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.